Hey everybody, so I know that this can be a trying time, and at Camp Southern Ground they asked me if I could just give a few words of encouragement based on my own experience. And I can tell you that when I first got married to Chris, I really was a type A personality. I liked to be able to make plans, execute plans, and I liked to try to have an impact on my life that way. I think a lot of people want that. It's reasonable, it makes us feel secure and safe. One thing I learned, not only through life with him in the military, but also through his death and the many attacks that came after that, that planning our lives is just an illusion. It always has been. And if we feel like we need that for security, it's kind of like wanting an invisible crutch because there are no guarantees. And the more we can get comfortable with saying there are no guarantees and it's going to be okay, the happier we can be. I know that sounds maybe like a pipe dream, but it's actually the truth. And there's a delicate balance there of making some plans and hoping for some things, but doing it in a way that you can have a loose understanding of what exactly will happen, if that makes sense. So as the world is changing and as we're all trying to come to terms with the uncertainty of work, finance, friends, health, the country, and the world being so unpredictable, it always was, but we had the illusion of it being more predictable, there are ways that we can find a lot of joy. And I would encourage you to start leaning into that feeling a little bit and saying, this is going to be interesting to see how it works out. You're not lying to yourself when you say that. It is going to be interesting. These will be memories that we look back on one way or another, and we will have things that we've learned from it if we let ourselves. For me, my faith is huge. I know that I can trust God in everything. I know that He has not once failed me. I know there's evil in the world. I know bad things happen, not just with the loss of my husband, but I've been, robbed blind. I've had people do crazy lawsuits, lies, rumors, all sorts of things. So I don't say this lightly. I'm telling you that every single time God has seen me through it. And it's been in ways where sometimes I look back on it and say, wow, that's really interesting how that worked out. And the more it happens, the more comfortable I get with the unknown. So I'm going to encourage you to take this time as a practice to leaning in and trusting that every single evil or bad thing that happens in this world, God is capable of doing something good with. Every single thing. Trust me, I've explored this probably since I was a little kid, and I've never seen something that God can't do something good with. Just because it isn't how we wanted doesn't mean that there is good to be found. So I'm going to encourage you to really look for the upside. I've heard a lot of good stories of people being neighborly. I've heard of people finding God. I've heard people looking out for each other in ways they wouldn't have before, finding out that maybe they didn't need as many things and things to do in life as they thought. They're finding peace. They're finding out that they can survive the unknown, and that sometimes the unknown has blessings that we could have never predicted as well. So I'm going to encourage you to look for those. And I thank you for giving me a little bit of time to share my experience and the ways that I've found hope in difficult times. God bless you.